So, one of the film highlights of this year for me has been The Batman. Loved it. Thought it was a really, really good film. And one of the highlights within the highlight, being the film, was Colin Farrell's Penguin. I thought Oswald Cobblepot, played by Colin Farrell, was just inspired. He had so much fun. That chase sequence where he's laughing, joking, just having just the best old time. I thought it was truly, truly inspired casting. I think he did a very, very, very good job. Now, obviously, there's talk about the Batman 2, so a sequel, and of course, the Penguin HBO Max series. Now, this leaves us wondering, are we going to get the Penguin moving forwards in another Batman movie? It'd be weird if he's not in it, wouldn't it? I think, personally, Gotham is a big place, of course, but you can't have someone who is so integral to the first story and now integral to the universe moving forwards not appear in a sequel. It would be strange for that to happen, given the power vacuum that's been left with Carmine Falcone's death in The Batman and Oswald taking it up. So Colin Farrell was asked about this, and he basically shared his hopes for the sequel, and spoke about Matt Reeves on the Penguin series. He did confirm that Matt Reeves won't be directing the Penguin series, but he also revealed some other interesting tidbits of information that are pretty decent as well. So let's dive into this, ladies and gents. Colin Farrell underwent a major physical transformation to become the Batman's Penguin and delivered a scene-stealing performance in the process. And to me, he was one of the highlights. I love that car chase. That car chase scene is so much fun. He's clearly just loving his life. I think they did a really good job with the Penguin because he's a villain that just loves being bad. And he loves being bad. He's having a really good time in that car chase. Which I think gave a good dimension to this character. So the usually very handsome Irish actor looked every bit the scarred and slovenly mob boss we know Oswald Cobblepot to be. And that was down to some amazing makeup and practical effects. And it was, that is, it's not exactly recognisable, is it? So, the villain's story is going to be continuing in the spin-off series coming to HBO Max. But Farrell told Entertainment Tonight that he remains keen to be part of the Batman sequel as well. And he just said, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" The actor responded when he was asked whether he would want to return. Oh, yeah, what a good response. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Of course I want to return. It's so much fun. Are you joking with me? I've been around the block, man. That was an easy sport. It was a joy. And you could see he was having fun with it. You could see he was just having a good old time with it as well. So this isn't a stretch. Doesn't seem like PR spin to me. You could tell he was having a great time. Now again, Carmine Falcone's death in the Batman has left a void in Gotham City that Oz can now fill, which is actually what's going to happen, because the series is chronicling his rise to power, with the movie sequel then picking up with him as an even greater threat to the Dark Knight, and something tells us he'll be gunning for revenge after the way he was treated by Batman and Jim Gordon. So this is the thing. This is like an interim, like a mid-call. It's like a sequel, prequel, mid-call series, which fills in the blanks between the movies, I guess. Penguin rises to power, and then the next Batman movie picks up where that one, that series leaves off to a certain degree anyway. And you just can't have the next film without the Penguin. It wouldn't make any sense. Especially after having a complete series just about his rise to power. It would be baffling to not have that. But anyway, he speaks about the series itself. Now, asked to share details on the HBO Max spin-off, Farrell confirmed that Matt Reeves won't be stepping behind the camera because, and I quote, "Matt's up to his bollocks. Hovering over the keyboard and just planning the story because he's so meticulous," he said at the show. He's so obsessive about what he does, but he's all over HBO Max's The Penguin series as well. So we don't know. I don't know quite what he's referring to here. He says, he's just planning the story because he's meticulous, blah blah blah. But he's all over HBO Max's The Penguin series as well. Maybe he's talking about both things there: the movie Batman sequel as well as the Penguin series. And I think Matt Reeves did a decent job with the Batman. Like I liked that film. But he does say, he's not going to direct it, but he's all over the structure of the scripts and who's going to direct them. And so it's exciting. Good. I don't think Matt Reeves needs to direct it. I think if you're going to get anyone to direct anything, get Matt Reeves to direct the pilot, which then subsequently is the tone and tenor of the series moving forwards. This seemingly confirms he's not going to even be directing the pilot, which I think is a bad decision. But obviously, because he is so ingrained in that series, I would imagine he will be very hands-on regardless whether he's directing it or not. So it will still come across exactly how he envisaged it. The Untitled Penguin spin-off is expected to begin production next year, though there's no word on a possible premiere date. And this is the problem with these kind of things. There seems to be a lot of discussion about this, but no movement. Now, I'm not going to say that it's not going to happen. I'm just surprised it's not happened yet. And I understand people are busy, but Colin Farrell's not exactly a majorly busy dude in Hollywood. You could have moved this along a little bit quicker. And I think it's a shame that it hasn't been put into production yet. But they are talking about that, of course. Colin Farrell recently was interviewed and said, no, it's going to be like next year now. That's when it enters the production. Warner Brothers is also said to be plotting a TV show set in Arkham Asylum, likely following the Riddler after his imprisonment and the formative years of the Joker. That I've never heard people talking about the Riddler or the Joker in that same breath as the Arkham Asylum series before. So that'll be interesting if that is the case. As for Batman 2, we're still waiting on a release date news from Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers are kind of up in the air at the moment with a lot of their products. Zaslav just taken over. It does seem like they're a bit rudderless on their ship at the moment. But I'm sure we'll be getting updates on all of this very, very soon. What do you think about the Penguin, though? Was this one of the highlights to you? Did you like Colin Farrell's performance? Let me know down below. Would love to hear it. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Give the video a like and please do share it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.